Mike Morgan.
Well, it's something else outside. You get a wind chill factor of -10 to -15 with snow and blowing snow. That's a significant winter storm, and exposure is the real problem for anyone who's going to go out and play in the snow tomorrow. It's a powdery snow. There's a lot more of it coming, too, but make sure they bundle up and dress in layers and protect your skin. You can get frostbite in a very short period of time. Really cold air. Let's take a look outside. Round robin of cameras here for you to give you an idea what's going on in Oklahoma City tonight. And we were talking about snow and blowing snow. Here's from our trackers right here. So let's go ahead and call up a few cameras and we'll talk to our trackers here coming up. So this is going to be Mustang. That's Mustang. Look at the snow accumulating right there. 1 to 2 in the Mustang area and continuing to pile up. Here is, what do you got right there? River Sport, downtown Oklahoma City. Gosh. Snow and blowing snow. Climb-up camera right there. Can barely see downtown with moderately heavy snow. Rose State College, same thing for you folks in Midwest City. There's I-40 right there. Very little traffic, and there's the crosstown right down there near River Sport showing the Oklahoma River. And that's the view from 50 Penn, looking right down at the intersection in front of Penn Square Mall from 50 Penn. That's what it looks like tonight with snow and blowing snow. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather and our forecast. There's the time lapse from downtown showing the snow continuing to get heavier tonight. And there's your time lapse from a very wintry Midwest city tonight. Wind chill factors now are below 0, pretty much metro-wide. North wind at 17, gust to 25, 14 degrees with a -3 wind chill factor in Oklahoma City. It's 3 in Woodward, 7 in Elk City. Temperatures 7 in Alva, 2 in Guyman, 7 Watauga, 10 in Ponca, 10 in Enid. Lawton has 17. Wind chill factor -7 in El Reno, -11 in Weatherford, -15 in Arnett, -14 in Woodward, -16 in Beaver, -15 in Alva, -11 in Ponca City, -11 in Enid. And with these type wind chill factors, exposed skin can freeze in a very short period of time. So that's really the most important point going forward. We all know it's going to snow, but protect your skin and dress those kids in layers. Protect their faces, mittens, hats, and gloves tomorrow. Being a Saturday, a lot of kids are going to want to go out in this, and keep them close. Keep them close by where they can get warm in a hurry, because this is bitter cold combined with snow and blowing snow. This is wave number 1. It extends all the way back down to Lubbock. It'll snow all night tonight, and this is moderate snow, some heavy snow in the Yellow, Hara, Choctaw, Shawnee, Twin Lakes, Pink, Lake Thunderbird, heading toward Meeker and Prague. Moderately heavy snow there. Let's check with our trackers here. Start you off with Mark Dillard. Mark?
Yes, Mike, I-44 at the fairgrounds, and you can see where the lanes have been plowed. We still have pretty good traction here all the way down to the pavement, but on either side, you're running into starting to get packed snow on the shoulder and the other lanes where the plow is only able to make one run at it. So just keep that in mind. Varying conditions, especially the on and off ramps, driveways, side roads, secondary streets. Very conditions for sure, like an intersection. You'll just slide right into it if you don't slow down and take it easy. And of course, the blowing snow coming off the trucks and whatnot, and the wind. It is bitterly cold out here, Mike. So you mentioned bundle up for sure. If you've got to get out, call ahead also. Back to you.
Look at those views. Let's go from Mark Dillard over to Aaron Brackett in the Interceptor tonight. Aaron?
Yeah, Mike, continuing on the northbound and the Broadway extension, there's about 2 lanes that are carved out pretty well. I've zoomed in on the roads. You can see if you want to change lanes, though, you're going to drive through about 1 to almost 3 inches of snow. In some areas more because the tires are splashing the snow around and there's some little drifting going around. So, yeah, this is dry pavement, but this is a major road. All the side roads are completely snow-covered and snow-packed right now. I've seen tons of plows. They're doing a great job, but changing lanes is certainly problematic. We're going about 34 miles an hour right now, so a lot of traffic from the Thunder heading northbound. We're in it right now, Mike.
Aaron Brackett, thank you so much. Let's go to Eric Dixon in the South Metro in Norman. Eric?
Yeah, Mike, this is Main Street Norman here. I definitely got, some light to moderate snow here. It's continuing to pile up. I'm starting to get some rutting on the roads here. The roads are just completely snow-packed. The things that people will kind of deal with out here, I just went to the store just for a second, went in for 5 minutes, came back outside. My windshield was just completely iced over because, they had the melting of the snow, and it took me another 5-10 minutes just to have the defrost, just to clear that ice off there. So, your windshields will be icing up, from time to time as you're trying to travel down the road, reducing your visibility along with this slick road out here. So, got to take that in mind. If you can stay off the road tonight, that would be advisable.
Let's take a look at the traffic pattern right now. So again, a lot more yellow here and some orange. I-35 Purcell down through Wayne, down through Pauls Valley, the Honey Creek Pass. There's more ice down here, and we have a lot of yellow here. Traffic is pretty thin, but of course the Thunder game getting out. There's been delays on the Broadway extension, also I-35, and there's more orange on the map right now for the Metro than there has been all evening. There have been accidents down in Chickasha and also down in Lawton too. So if you must travel, make sure you call ahead tomorrow. Call ahead because of the bitter cold temperatures and the snow and blowing snow. Let's go back over to radar. So this is wave number 1. This is heavy snow and heavy sleet. This is really piling up down here in south central Oklahoma. This is the beginning of that great big sleet storm in south central Oklahoma. The snow extends all the way back down through Lubbock, and that's all going to come up over Oklahoma City tonight, pretty much up the I-44 corridor. And after that moves on by mid-morning tomorrow, we'll taper off to a bit of freezing drizzle, very, very light, and a bit of light snow. Then wave number 2 will come in. That one also is going to come right up the I-44 corridor. So it still looks like, give or take, about 1 foot of snow, about 1 foot of snow. Winter storm warnings do continue. So there's future radar showing the snow tonight, snow tomorrow morning. Tapers off as we head toward mid-morning tomorrow. You see that right there. We get a break with flurries, maybe a little light snow. Wave number 2 comes in out of the Texas Panhandle, Texas South Plains, comes right up the I-44 corridor. That will have heavier totals than what we get tonight and tomorrow morning. So it's 1 storm plus 2 storm for an entire winter storm. And by noon Sunday at the latest, on Sunday, it will be gone. So tonight's storm gives us about 5 on average, about 5. This is wave number 1 of snowfall. You add on wave number 2, also coming right up the I-44 corridor. The estimated totals here, not including drifts, give or take about a foot, some a little bit less. There might be a couple folks that get a little bit more. We could have a couple of isolated 4-foot snow drifts, a lot of 2- and 3-foot drifts. We already have drifts approaching a foot down in Norman with 2 to 3 inches of snow. There will be very little ice going forward except for a bit of freezing drizzle tomorrow. The sleet storm's going to be in southern Oklahoma and not in the Oklahoma City metro. The wind chill factor heads down to -10 in the morning. We hover there all day tomorrow, then we go to -15. Tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, Sunday morning, -15. Some folks will get close to -20 degrees, and then Sunday afternoon, -10 for the wind chill. So we'll start at 6, northeast winds 20 to 30, snow, blowing snow tonight. Bright white map here, 3 to 9 by tomorrow morning, metro-wide. For your lows, drip those faucets tonight. If you have problems with freezing pipes, Woodward gets down to 0, Alba gets down to 1, Ponca City 4, 9 for a daytime high tomorrow with snow tapering off to intermittent light snow, a little bit of freezing drizzle, very light, from 4 to 16 for highs across the state. And Sunday morning, heavy snow tapers off by Sunday morning. Morning lows will be from 3 to about 7 in the metro for lows on Sunday morning right there. Here's my 11-day forecast. 6 tonight, 9 tomorrow, wave 1. Wave 2 comes in tomorrow evening. That's your timeline into Sunday morning. 4 to 9 on Sunday. As we head toward Monday, it'll be clear, -2 for a low, 16 for a high on Monday. We'll head toward Tuesday, 28, might tap freezing on Wednesday and Thursday. Yet another cold front, though, does come in Friday of next week. That keeps us cold Friday and Saturday, 38 Sunday, and perhaps 40s in 10 days. And we'll be right back.